I used to fly up these stairs. Now I pause halfway and pretend I'm admiring the painting, just to catch my breath. No diagnosis, no illness, just a slow, quiet change. Maybe you felt it too. Tying your shoes suddenly takes more effort. Getting up from the couch needs a little push. You're not weak, you're not broken, but you can tell something's shifting. And here's the truth no one tells you early enough: that creeping heaviness, that loss of bounce in your step. It's often not about aging, it's about inflammation, it's about blood sugar, it's about what you eat before 9 a.m. Yes, your breakfast, that familiar bite of toast, that healthy cereal, that cup of yogurt, all those comforting rituals might be gently stealing your strength day after day. But here's the hope: you don't need to overhaul your diet, you don't need expensive supplements or a personal chef. What you need is one honest shift. One quiet rebellion against what's marketed to you as health. Because in my 30-plus years walking beside seniors through fatigue, recovery, and real change, I've seen something powerful. When we reclaim breakfast, we reclaim vitality. So if you stay with me for the next few minutes, I'll walk you through 4 common breakfast foods that quietly harm your energy, your muscles, even your memory. And 4 powerful, healing alternatives backed by real science, designed for real seniors. The most surprising part? One of these healing foods is likely already in your freezer, but you've never looked at it this way before. This could be the simplest, most life-giving shift you'll make all year. Let's begin. They promise convenience and even wear the heart-healthy badge. But these seemingly innocent packets of instant oatmeal may be one of the most misleading breakfast traps for seniors. With cheerful packaging and promises of fiber, they are often chosen by older adults trying to eat right. But the truth is, beneath that wholesome image lies a dangerous blend of sugars and processed carbohydrates that can quietly erode your health. Each packet is typically packed with 18 to 24 grams of sugar, plus maltodextrin, a highly processed carbohydrate that spikes insulin levels faster than regular sugar. Your body reacts quickly. Your blood sugar rises rapidly, and then plummets, leaving you feeling hungry, shaky, tired, and craving more food, often within just an hour. This sudden drop in energy isn't just unpleasant, it's harmful. A study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that seniors who consumed high-glycemic breakfasts like instant oatmeal experienced a 47% increase in inflammatory biomarkers such as CRP and IL-6, which are linked to conditions like arthritis, heart disease, and memory decline. And this inflammatory response can last up to 6 hours, affecting your body long after breakfast is over. But inflammation isn't the only danger. Over time, repeated spikes in blood sugar and insulin lead to insulin resistance, which can be a precursor to type 2 diabetes. Seniors whose insulin sensitivity naturally decreases with age are particularly vulnerable. Chronic inflammation further weakens muscles, slows recovery, and accelerates the aging of tissues, especially in the joints, brain, and cardiovascular system. Imagine beginning each day with a food that seems comforting, but sets your body up for a cascade of metabolic stress. That's what instant oatmeal does. And because the damage builds silently, many seniors don't realize the connection between their aching joints, foggy thinking, and what they've been spooning out of a bowl each morning. Instead of soothing and strengthening your body, these packets act more like fuel to the fire, especially when paired with sugary toppings like brown sugar or dried fruit blends that often come included. The sad reality: what you thought was helping your heart might actually be straining it. It's not just about blood sugar, it's about how you feel, move, and live each day. When you swap out instant oats for whole, slow-cooked oats, especially steel-cut, you change the rhythm of your energy. The fiber remains intact, digestion slows, and nutrients are released steadily. This means fewer crashes, clearer thoughts, and more balanced moods throughout your morning. Let's be honest. Healing starts not in the medicine cabinet, but in the kitchen. So tomorrow morning, ask yourself, is this bowl giving me strength or silently stealing it? Choose wisely, because every spoonful can become part of your healing, not your hurt. It may look innocent in its pretty container, often pastel-colored, with soft fonts and pictures of fruit, but flavored yogurts are sugar bombs in disguise. They whisper promises of probiotics, bone health, and a light start to the day. Yet beneath that appealing image lies a metabolic hazard, especially for those of us over 60. Let's look at what's really inside these cups. Many contain more sugar than a candy bar, up to 22 grams in just one serving. That's over 5 teaspoons of sugar, consumed in one sitting, often first thing in the morning. What's worse is that many of these sugars are hidden. They're added in the form of cane sugar, corn syrup, fruit concentrates, and artificial sweeteners, ingredients that quickly spike your blood glucose and trigger insulin production. And it doesn't stop there. These yogurts are loaded with thickeners like carrageenan and xanthan gum, artificial colorings to make the fruit look brighter, and synthetic flavors to mimic natural taste. While these ingredients are legal, they aren't benign. They disrupt the gut's microbial balance, cause bloating, and activate immune responses that keep your body in a low-grade inflammatory state. For older adults, this matters even more. A study published in the Journal of Gerontology showed that seniors who consumed sugary dairy for breakfast exhibited 34% higher levels of CRP and IL-6, two potent biomarkers of inflammation. These inflammatory compounds don't just stay in the blood. They creep into the joints, the brain, the muscles, and even your heart. Inflammation is the silent saboteur of healthy aging. It accelerates muscle breakdown, disrupts memory formation, and increases your risk for chronic diseases such as arthritis, diabetes, and even Alzheimer's. And it starts with something as simple as a spoonful of the wrong yogurt. But there's another problem. Fat-free and low-fat versions, which are often chosen in an effort to be healthier, are even worse. When fat is removed, flavor disappears, so manufacturers compensate with more sugar and thickeners. This creates a metabolic disaster. You miss the fat that helps absorb vitamins and blunt blood sugar spikes, and instead you flood your system with fast carbs. So what's the solution? Right swap for plain Greek yogurt, unsweetened, full fat if possible, and top it with fresh berries, a sprinkle of cinnamon, or a few chopped nuts. Plain Greek yogurt is a completely different food. It's rich in complete protein, supplying all 9 essential amino acids that aging muscles need. It's naturally low in lactose, making it easier to digest, and packed with live probiotic cultures that support a diverse, healthy gut microbiome. That microbiome is crucial for immunity, nutrient absorption, and even mood stability. The fat in full-fat Greek yogurt isn't your enemy, it's your ally. It helps your body absorb fat-soluble vitamins like A, D, E, and K, and it helps you feel full longer, reducing unnecessary snacking and cravings. One patient of mine, Nancy, age 71, used to rely on her daily flavored yogurt for convenience. But she always felt sluggish by mid-morning and struggled with joint stiffness. We switched her to plain Greek yogurt with a few blueberries and some crushed walnuts. Within 2 weeks, her energy was more stable and her knee pain had reduced noticeably. "I didn't expect it," she said. "It was such a small change, but it made a big difference." The lesson is clear. Not all yogurt is created equal. The right kind can be a source of healing, stability, and nourishment. The wrong kind, a deceptively sweet threat to your well-being. So next time you reach into the fridge, ask yourself, is this cup of yogurt feeding my body or inflaming it? You deserve better. Let your breakfast lift you up, not break you down. Bran flakes, multigrain clusters, high-fiber boxes. These cereal boxes shout health but whisper harm. Don't be fooled. The truth is, most cereals are ultra-processed, stripped of their natural nutrients, and engineered to deliver a rapid hit of sugar into your bloodstream, even if they don't taste overly sweet. These foods are made with refined grains that digest quickly, turning to glucose in minutes. Even cereals that boast no added sugar can be deceptive. They often include fruit juice concentrates, malt extract, or corn syrup solids, all of which are rapidly absorbed and spike your insulin. Your body may not recognize them as harmful at first, but your metabolism and organs certainly do. The British Medical Journal found that seniors who ate processed breakfast cereals regularly were 36% more likely to accumulate visceral belly fat, the dangerous kind that surrounds your organs and increases your risk of heart disease, stroke, type 2 diabetes, and even certain cancers. Why does this happen? Because these cereals cause a hormonal chain reaction. After that initial sugar surge, insulin floods the bloodstream, directing glucose into fat storage, especially around the midsection. This type of fat is metabolically active and inflames the body from the inside out. Worse yet, many seniors with dentures or sensitive teeth are drawn to these soft cereals, believing they're easy to eat and digest. But what's easy on the mouth isn't always easy on the body. Instead of energizing you, these breakfasts often leave you hungry within an hour, prompting more snacking and compounding the cycle of instability. Over time, this leads to fatigue, poor concentration, and muscle loss, the very things we fight to protect in our golden years. Every morning bowl becomes a silent force of decline. And let's not forget about the additives. Synthetic vitamins, which your body absorbs poorly, artificial colors, and chemical preservatives. All these ingredients build up over time, taxing your liver and contributing to chronic fatigue and cognitive slowdown. There's a better way, and it begins with choosing real whole foods over processed ones. Swap for a protein-rich breakfast like scrambled eggs with spinach, a chia pudding with berries, or even cottage cheese with walnuts and a drizzle of olive oil. These choices stabilize blood sugar, nourish your brain, and support muscle maintenance. They don't just fill you up, they build you up. Your breakfast should be more than a habit. It should be a ritual of strength, a promise of vitality, and a gift to your future self. So the next time you walk down the cereal aisle, remember, health doesn't come in a box. It comes from choosing what truly supports your body, one mindful bite at a time. It's the classic and perhaps the most quietly destructive breakfast tradition of all. A slice of white toast, a smear of margarine, a dollop of jam. It feels comforting, familiar, a simple start to the day. But for seniors, it may be one of the most harmful ways to begin the morning. White bread is essentially pure starch. It's made from refined flour that's been stripped of its fiber, bran, and essential nutrients. Without these buffers, the body digests white bread quickly, converting it into glucose within minutes. In fact, its effect on your blood sugar can be just as drastic as drinking a can of soda. This rapid spike in blood sugar sends your pancreas into overdrive, flooding the bloodstream with insulin to bring the levels back down. But here's where the real damage begins. This yo-yo pattern of sugar highs and crashes leads to long-term insulin resistance, the underlying cause of type 2 diabetes. Now add margarine, often made from industrial seed oils like soybean or canola. These oils are high in omega-6 fatty acids, which, when out of balance, create chronic inflammation in the body. Margarine was once marketed as a healthier alternative to butter. But we now know that many margarine spreads are filled with hydrogenated trans fats. Fats that interfere with cell membranes, stiffen arteries, and inflame your brain. Top that with jam, and you've now got a breakfast that's 80% sugar and processed fat. Jam is concentrated fruit sugar, sometimes enhanced with high-fructose corn syrup. It delivers an immediate blood sugar spike and offers little in the way of vitamins or fiber. This trio, white bread, margarine, and jam, may taste nostalgic, but it sends your body into metabolic chaos. A study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that seniors who frequently consumed trans-fat-rich, refined bread were at a 48% higher risk of cognitive decline over 5 years. That's not a theory, that's reality, backed by data. Another study from the European Journal of Endocrinology reported that high glycemic breakfasts like this reduced insulin sensitivity by 34% in individuals over 60. A staggering number that reflects how vulnerable our bodies become with age. What you eat in the morning sets the tone for your entire day. When you start with refined carbs and inflammatory fats, your energy crashes, your focus drifts, your joints ache, and your body begins the day in defense mode. These aren't just discomforts, they are signs of deeper dysfunction. There's also the emotional component. Many seniors grew up with white toast on the table and it feels like home. But nostalgia should never come at the cost of vitality. We can honor the warmth of tradition while embracing choices that support healing and health. So, what can you do instead? Right swap for whole grain sourdough with avocado or natural nut butter. Whole grain sourdough is fermented, which makes it easier to digest and gentler on blood sugar. The fermentation process also reduces gluten content and introduces beneficial probiotics that support gut health. Avocados are rich in healthy monounsaturated fats, fiber, and potassium, all of which support heart health, cognitive function, and muscle maintenance. Nut butters like almond or walnut add protein, vitamin E, and magnesium, critical nutrients for aging brains and bones. This simple swap turns a harmful habit into a healing one. It fuels your body with steady energy, keeps your memory sharp, and calms inflammation. And it tastes just as comforting, just in a smarter, more nourishing way. Every bite is a choice. And when you choose wisely, your body notices. So tomorrow morning, reach for strength, reach for clarity, reach for breakfast that builds you up, not breaks you down. Tiny but mighty. Chia seeds, when soaked overnight, form a smooth, gentle pudding that's packed with omega-3s, soluble fiber, and plant-based protein. But their true power lies far beyond these nutrients. These little seeds become gelatinous when soaked, creating a soothing, gut-friendly gel that helps line the intestines and feed the beneficial bacteria that reside there. And as we age, our gut microbiome often takes a hit from medications, stress, and a slowing digestive system, which is why chia seeds are like a reset button each morning. According to the Journal of Nutrition, Health and Aging, seniors with high soluble fiber intake had 39% improved insulin sensitivity, while regular omega-3 consumption was linked to 30% lower risk of muscle loss. That's not just impressive, it's empowering. Why does this matter? Because insulin resistance is at the heart of many aging challenges, from fatigue and weight gain to memory issues and even inflammation-related diseases. Chia seeds gently slow the digestive process, allowing glucose to enter your bloodstream in a steady, controlled stream. This helps avoid those dangerous sugar spikes that rob your energy and fog your thinking. Additionally, the omega-3s in chia seeds, especially ALA, alpha-linolenic acid, help soothe systemic inflammation, the kind that stiffens joints, weakens muscles, and burdens your heart. And unlike fish oil, chia seeds are plant-based, making them easy to digest and a perfect option for seniors who follow vegetarian diets or have sensitive stomachs. These little seeds provide slow-burning energy, stabilize blood sugar, and nourish your gut. Just soak 2 tablespoons in half a cup of almond milk overnight, then top with cinnamon or blueberries. You can even add a few crushed walnuts or a dollop of plain Greek yogurt for an extra boost of protein and probiotics. Every spoonful is a quiet helper, working in the background to keep you stronger and more stable. It's like having a silent ally at the breakfast table, one that whispers support to your metabolism, your memory, and your muscles. So the next time you're wondering how to start your day, remember, healing doesn't have to be loud. Sometimes it's a soft, steady rhythm, like the whisper of chia seeds doing their quiet work to restore your strength from within. Beets are often overlooked, but they're powerful allies for aging bodies. These vivid crimson roots are rich in natural nitrates, compounds that the body transforms into nitric oxide, a molecule essential for relaxing and widening blood vessels. This effect, known as vasodilation, significantly enhances blood flow. And that's a game changer for anyone over 60. Why? Because as we age, our circulation naturally declines. Arteries become less flexible, endothelial function deteriorates, and tissues, from muscles to the brain, receive less oxygen and nutrients. This leads to fatigue, slower thinking, and a lack of physical endurance. But here's where beets shine. According to a landmark study published in the Journal of Gerontology, seniors who drank beet juice daily saw a 21% improvement in muscle oxygenation. That means their muscles received more oxygen during exercise, allowing them to move longer, stronger, and with less fatigue. Even more exciting, a separate trial from Wake Forest University found that drinking beetroot juice stimulated increased blood flow to the frontal lobe of the brain, the very region responsible for memory, planning, and decision-making. This enhanced cerebral perfusion translated into sharper focus and quicker mental processing in participants as early as 4 days into the study. But the benefits don't stop at circulation. Beets are also packed with beta-alanes, powerful anti-inflammatory antioxidants that help lower markers like CRP and IL-6. The same culprits linked to joint pain, brain fog, and cardiovascular decline. They also contain folate, potassium, and vitamin C, nutrients that support nerve health, heart rhythm, and immune strength. And their rich fiber content helps regulate digestion and nourish the gut microbiome, a key player in aging well. To harness these benefits, you don't need a juicer or expensive supplement. Simply blend half a cup of cooked beets or vacuum-packed pre-cooked ones, a squeeze of lemon juice, and cold water for a refreshing, circulation-boosting drink. Add a few berries or a slice of apple if you prefer a touch of sweetness, or a pinch of ginger for a warming kick. The effect: a gentle surge of energy, a clearer mind, a lighter step, all from a root that's been hiding in plain sight. Beets are not just food, they're medicine disguised as breakfast. And when paired with a walk or light stretching, this morning ritual can help restore stamina, mobility, and mental clarity. So tomorrow morning, before your day begins, take a sip of deep crimson. Feel the ripple of vitality, and let your breakfast become a quiet revolution in how you age. Eggs have been misunderstood for decades, unfairly blamed for cholesterol woes, and cast aside in favor of bland cereals and low-fat pastries. But today, science is catching up to what generations of traditional diets have long known. Real eggs, especially from pasture-raised hens, are among the most complete and nourishing foods you can eat. One large pasture-raised egg contains 6 grams of high-quality protein, the kind your muscles crave and your brain depends on. But it doesn't stop there. Inside that golden yolk lies a treasure trove of nutrients: choline to support memory and cognitive resilience, vitamin D to strengthen bones and boost immunity, vitamin B12 to protect nerves and red blood cells, and selenium, a potent antioxidant that supports thyroid function and cellular repair. These nutrients work together like a well-rehearsed orchestra, each playing a role in your body's symphony of health. And the protein in eggs is particularly valuable because it's complete, meaning it provides all 9 essential amino acids your body needs to build and repair tissues, especially muscle. This becomes increasingly vital as we age. Sarcopenia, the gradual loss of muscle mass and strength, begins as early as your 50s and accelerates in later decades. But the right breakfast can make a real difference. A study in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that seniors who consumed 25 grams of protein at breakfast retained 45% more muscle mass over time than those who started the day with mostly carbohydrates. That kind of retention doesn't just mean looking better, it means moving better. Walking upstairs, getting out of chairs, lifting groceries, or simply maintaining balance during your morning stroll all depend on the muscular strength that eggs help preserve. But not all eggs are created equal. Pasture-raised eggs, from hens that roam freely and forage for natural food, contain higher levels of omega-3 fatty acids, vitamin E, and beta-carotene compared to conventionally farmed eggs. These added nutrients reduce inflammation, protect your heart, and support brain health. Cooking method matters too. Avoid canola oil, margarine, or other processed fats. Instead, use grass-fed butter, which contains conjugated linoleic acid, CLA, and vitamin K2, or opt for extra virgin olive oil, known for its heart-protective polyphenols. Scrambled, poached, boiled, or over-easy. However you enjoy them, eggs can become a keystone of your daily nutrition. They're soft, easy to chew, and versatile enough to pair with vegetables, herbs, or even a few slices of avocado. Every bite offers nourishment that helps protect your body from decline. And remember, this isn't just breakfast. It's your daily dose of resilience, a simple ritual that builds strength from the inside out, one golden yolk at a time. Not the big supermarket kind, but small, dark, wild blueberries. These tiny gems are nature's most powerful memory protectors and inflammation tamers. Packed with anthocyanins, these plant compounds give wild blueberries their rich indigo color and their extraordinary healing power. Scientific studies have consistently shown that anthocyanins reduce oxidative stress in the brain, improve communication between neurons, and stimulate neurogenesis, the birth of new brain cells, even in older adults. In a Nutrients Journal study, seniors who consumed just 1 cup of wild blueberries daily experienced significant improvements in memory recall and attention span within 90 days. These aren't small changes. Participants reported feeling sharper, quicker in conversations, and more confident in daily decisions. Additionally, a study from the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition reported a 52% reduction in inflammatory biomarkers, such as CRP and IL-6. among older adults who made wild blueberries a consistent part of their diet. These inflammatory markers are tied to everything from joint stiffness to brain fog, so lowering them means feeling clearer, lighter, and more mobile. But the benefits don't stop with the brain. Wild blueberries enhance blood flow to both muscles and the brain, helping to improve coordination, balance, and recovery after activity. This makes them a perfect pre-walk or post-exercise snack, a little burst of natural energy that doesn't spike your blood sugar. Unlike cultivated blueberries, wild varieties grow naturally and are never genetically modified. They're smaller, darker, and pack twice the antioxidant content, meaning every handful delivers a deeper impact on cellular health. Their flavonoids also help regulate glucose metabolism, supporting stable energy and protecting against insulin resistance. You can enjoy them in countless ways. Sprinkle them over plain Greek yogurt, fold them into chia pudding, blend them into a morning smoothie, or simply enjoy them by the spoonful. Frozen wild blueberries are just as potent as fresh, making them an easy, year-round staple in your kitchen. The sweetness you taste is gentle and natural, but the internal effects are profound. Clarity in the mind, strength in the muscles, calm in the joints. In every deep blue bite, you're giving your body a gift. Protection against decline, support for regeneration, and a delicious dose of resilience. So tomorrow, when you open your fridge, ask yourself, do I want more than flavor? Do I want focus, energy, and strength? Reach for wild blueberries. Let their quiet power work its magic, because sometimes the smallest fruit makes the biggest difference. Your morning meal holds quiet power. It can weaken you or it can rebuild you. Think of your body as a garden. The seeds you plant in the morning determine what grows throughout your day. Will it be strength, clarity, and resilience? Or fatigue, confusion, and inflammation? The wrong choices, instant oats, sugary yogurt, cereal, and white toast, act like weeds. They rob your energy, spike your blood sugar, and quietly erode the roots of your health. For many seniors, these are daily choices made out of habit, not because they're truly nourishing. But the right ones, chia pudding, beet smoothies, pasture-raised eggs, and wild blueberries, are seeds of strength. They restore balance, protect your mind, and strengthen your body from the inside out. They offer more than nutrients. They offer renewal. Every golden yolk holds the beginning of better nights and stronger mornings. Every vivid orange root holds the promise of a better, safer future. Every spoonful of chia pudding carries quiet endurance, and every deep blue berry offers memory and protection wrapped in sweetness. You don't need to transform your entire life overnight. Start with one small change, a new breakfast, a new intention. This is your chance. A simple shift, one breakfast, can start the healing. Not just for your body, but for your outlook, your movement, your hope. Tell us below, which of these foods are you ready to try tomorrow? Which will you be letting go? Have you already felt the difference when making better morning choices? Like, comment, and subscribe for more heartfelt, science-backed guidance tailored to your golden years. Your story matters, and it might be the inspiration someone else needs. And remember, you're not losing your strength. You're learning how to rebuild it, one thoughtful morning at a time. Stay strong, stay curious, stay compassionate to your body and your journey. We'll see you in the next video right here at Senior Health Hub.